Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, live in Chicago. It's Thursday morning live. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show. I'm excited about this morning's guest. Hey, before we get into that, I just would like you to know that today's show is brought to you by the GOB Multifamily Network, non-for-profit organization supporting financial literacy around the country. If you're not familiar with who they are, you need to go online, take a look at the website, see what they do, join the free organization. There's over 1,000 members right now. It's a great group. But really, we have an event coming up in Chicago here. It is on July 13th and 14th. It's a live event in Chicago. My guess is it's going to be the largest multifamily event this year, especially in the Chicago market. It's going to be 2 days of networking, deal exchange. The goal of the event is to do 40 deals at the event. So if you are somebody who's coming and you have a deal, bring it with to put a team together to execute on it. If you're somebody who wants to become part of a team because you're new to multifamily or you're trying to get involved, then come be prepared to be part of a team. But it's going to be a great couple of days. I have the honor of sharing the stage with a number of individuals like Brian Briscoe and Ian Jurek and a number of people. And I can't even mention all of them just because I can't think about all of them at the same time. But it's going to be a great event. So this morning, I would like to challenge you like I always do. What's your intention? What are you out setting your goals for today? What was your intention for today? Have you gotten up? Have you worked through your daily disciplines yet today and ready to move out onto the next part of your day? Well, I want to welcome you here today. So one thing before we get going and I introduce the guest, I always ask, please go out and follow me on social media, whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever get your fix. If you're listening in on YouTube this morning, please subscribe to the channel. We're here every Thursday morning with Thursday Morning Live and on Saturday morning with Multifamily Unplugged. So if you're a multifamily junkie, buckle up this morning because you're going to be in for a ride. I'm joined today by Darryl Murphy. Darryl, I've gotten to know over the last several months, and what an amazing man. And I think that you'll find that out here this morning. But he's been in the multifamily space for over 6 years. He's one of the founders of the Murphy Baynard Financial Group. They have 214 units under management. They've gone full cycle on 104 units. That's amazing. They're actively raising capital on a multifamily property in Dayton. And let me bring Darryl in to talk about himself a little bit. Hey, good morning, Darryl.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Good, man. It's good to see you. It's been a while since we have shared some space together. So
I know. I had you on my on my meeting. Remember?
Yeah, absolutely. I certainly do remember. So, and eternally grateful for that. Hey, before we jump in, I just want to tell the listeners, anybody who's out there this morning, please, if you have a comment, throw a comment in the chat. Please let us know where you're from. Say hi to Darryl, and just let us know what your connection is this morning. Hey, Darryl. One thing I ask my guests all the time as I start my show is, in one word, what best describes you personally and professionally?
Persistent.
That's awesome. What makes you persistent?
You have to be persistent in this industry. You told everyone, I have a 24 unit in Dayton, Texas under contract, and I'm raising capital. You have to be persistent to raise that capital and to build the relationship to have investors that you could call to raise that capital. That's just not a 5-second thing. That's an everything thing.
And building a database and putting that together is something that we have to do every single day.
Every single day. You have to be persistent.
I always tell my coaching clients from day one that I start working with my coaching clients, listen, let everybody you know that you're a real estate investor, that you're actively out there raising capital, that you're structuring offerings where people are going to see, returns that'll exceed the stock market, or see returns that'll exceed the general returns in some of the other investments out there. And people need to understand that and explore that. And I think that only happens because we have that conversation over and over with them every day.
Correct.
So Darryl, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself, a couple minutes about your background, how you got involved in the business, and
okay.
Currently what your company looks like.
Okay, so I have been investing for a long time, but it was 6 years ago, going on 7, that I really came into got serious, came into the real estate game. I went and got my license, and in the state of New Jersey. So I started out as a residential agent, and during that time, I had met a mentor that was discussing and teaching about multifamily. But the multifamily that he was discussing was residential, 1 to 4 units, scaling up. And something within me just wasn't sitting. So as we would go out and talk to other agents in our market centers, I noticed there was always a stop point. 4. He would mention 5, but he would never go no further than 5. He would only mention 4, and something sparked my attention. So then an opportunity came within my market center, and of taking a commercial course. I took the commercial course because I started having an interest in commercial, and when I took that course, it was like a light bulb went off in my head. And after that, it was like a friend of mine said, "Hey, Darryl," because I had started talking about it, and he said, "Hey, Darryl, you have to come to the South Jersey REIA meeting. There's going to be a guy there talking about commercial multifamily, what you want to do."
Right.
I went, and sure enough, man, oh my gosh, this guy, I don't know if I could say his name, but he blew my brain off. And from there, I went to the boot camp several times, started digging deep into commercial multifamily. I was reading books, started and the authors of those books that was in commercial, I would write them. I would ask them to be my mentor, and one of them did. So from there, I just started digging, and that's how I really got into the commercial realm. But I fell into a particular niche that I saw was something that I loved, and that was underwriting.
Oh,
And yeah, it was underwriting. So and within that, I just started taking different courses and reading different things about underwriting to improve my underwriting, to be better at it. But within that, it was the underwriting. I started loving underwriting.
Hey, what's interesting is you and I kind of have the same background, right? We both were selling residential real estate and saw the bigger picture over here. I always, I was kind of having a conversation with somebody on Twitter this morning. We were going back and forth about, investing. And I just happened to say to the guy, I said, your dad used to always say, buy your best listing every quarter. And if you're a real estate agent, if you're out there in the trenches every day, I have a lot of respect for those people. But be investing, right?
Yeah.
Be a product of your craft, and learn how to invest in real estate. Did you know, I read a statistic, Darryl, this will blow you away. I read a statistic this week that over 1,616,000 licensed real estate agents did not do a deal last year.
Yeah, I could believe that. I believe that.
That left about 400,000 licensed agents that actually did all the business in the U.S. last year. That's a crazy statistic. I mean,
it's staggering. But how about this one? I read that there's a statistic out there, and I have to find it, that over 90% of realtors don't invest.
Yeah, that's another staggering statistic. So you are a real estate agent. You want somebody to buy a product from you, but you don't buy the product yourself.
Yeah.
Where did listen, I love real estate agents. They're, they help us find our product, right?
Correct.
How many commercial brokers have you talked to or worked with that don't invest either passively or actively?
A lot.
It's crazy. It's crazy. How can you be in the business and see somebody go 104 units full cycle?
Yeah.
Understand the kind of revenue they made. I got a buddy, he's done $1 billion in transactions in the last 3 to 5 years. $1 billion of trades. And how can you be somebody's broker like that and not? So anyhow, this is not, I'm not trying to discredit them. I'm just saying, listen, take advantage of the opportunity that you have, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's interesting. But go ahead.
When I talk to brokers and I get a deal, I always ask them, would you like to invest in this deal with me?
Mm.
Because I know a lot of them don't. Now, of course, I'm going to say probably 90% say, well, no, I can't. I'm not going to do it this time or whatever. But they don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I offer the opportunity.
I had a broker back when I was really scaling my business. I had a broker that invested in a couple of deals with us. He just left his commission in the deal. I mean, it was just that simple for him. So that goes back to people all the time say, how do you do creative deals? I said, well, I've left sellers in the deal investing and I've left brokers in the deal investing. And, listen, this is about enhancing people's lives financially, and especially in the environment we're in right now, where inflation is high, interest rates are up, gas prices. How much is gas by you?
Oh man, the last time I saw it was $4. It was it came down, I think, $4.79. The top we had was like $4.89.
Yeah,
I'm in Jersey.
You're in Jersey, I know.
Yeah, I'm in Jersey.
I'm in Chicago, and I saw it as high as $6.99. So
wow,
it's crazy. It's down again, but it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Hey, so the other point I wanted to make, and maybe you can talk to this a little bit, is you went to that seminar, you got juiced up. I did the same thing years ago, but when I went from the residential side into the multifamily side, I just took action. And I think a lot of times people don't take action, right?
Right.
And what do you think, what do you think separates people from, taking action or not taking action?
The mindset. It's the mindset. Let me tell you something. When I first got into the commercial realm, I didn't have the slightest. My mind could not fathom me owning 100 units, 200 units. It just I couldn't think about that. It was like my biggest. Once I went through the seminar, I think one of the things that held me back, or not held me back, I can't say that, but one of the things that just stayed on my mind was, how am I going to get this money? How am I going to get this money? And I still had somewhat of a, I'm going to say maybe a little disbelief about acquiring a large asset.
Yeah.
But I knew in that boot camp, when we built our criteria, I knew for some reason that it could be done, that there was a possibility it could be done because other people in there were doing it. So my criteria has always been and has never changed: 100 to 300 units, 1980 to 2007. My year of construction always changes with the year as as it goes up. But my criteria has always been the same.
Yeah.
But it my thought process changed the day I got my first property under contract, and I was going through the due diligence period. My first property under contract was 208 units in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Mm.
That's when it was made clear to me, by God, you can do this, and you don't have to start small.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about taking action and executing. And that's what it comes down to. And anybody, here's what's amazing, right? Anybody can do this business. All you have to do is take the step forward and put into practice. I didn't know a lot. I come from residential going into multifamily. I thought it'd be kind of similar, and it was different. It was totally different, but I learned along the way. Google was my best friend. I looked up a lot of terms and a lot of ways of doing things, but I talked to a ton of people, and that's all you do, right? And you just keep taking the next right step. Keep taking the next right step. Yeah. Hey, I just want to say hi to everybody online this morning. Thanks for being here. We're talking with Darryl Murphy about multifamily housing. We're going to shift gears here in a second and start talking about the upcoming GOB conference. But if you have a comment, throw it in the chat. We'll get that answered for you and see how we can help you scale your multifamily business. Darryl, did you go get a coach for yourself?
Yes, I did. I did. Matter of fact, I still have a coach. I still have a coach even today.
Good for you.
Yeah. Even today, I still got a coach.
I think coaching is important. And I don't say that just because I'm a coach, but I say it because I think somebody should go get themselves a coach. Yeah. And they should work with somebody, because a coach stretches you and holds you accountable. Two really important things. So it's like that first coach that told me, he said, man, go buy your best listing every quarter. And I wish I would have done that, but I did, probably bought two of my best listings a quarter. But anyhow, hey, let's shift gears, because I'm excited about the month of July and what's coming up here in July. It's going to be July 1st on Friday. We're over halfway through the year, 2 quarters gone by. I hope people are on track for their goals, track for hitting their goals. Hey, but the GOB conference coming up in Chicago. Darryl, talk about the GOB a little bit. Okay, Darryl, did we lose you?
Oh, there you go. I'm still here. You're back. Okay, so the GOB itself is a network of investors, all levels. Okay, all levels. So within this network, it's like having within this network, it's like having all the support, the networking, the education. You're going within this network, the doors are opening to you, because the one thing that Mike and I mentioned was about coaching. And in the GOB network, we're going to push you. We're going to encourage you to not be afraid and do things. Yeah. Take the steps. So, you can read the books all you want, but the books ain't going to help you if you don't take the step.
Right.
And in the GOB network, that's what we are about. Yeah. The one thing I also want to mention, we're not about well, I'm not going to say the knots. That's the negative. What we are about is collaboration. We're about working together as a team to take down an asset. Okay. Whether if you have the experience or not, we're gonna put you on the team. Example. This is just an example. So I have a property, 24 units under contract. And within my meeting, I opened it up to where if you had experience or not, I didn't care. If you wanted to try raising capital, I was going to teach you how to do it. I didn't care whether you got experience. I don't care. I didn't care if you raised 500,000. So the GOB network is a big educational network, a big supporting network, a networking network, We're going to help you. We're going to, if you, I tell everyone, you got to ask questions. At my meetings on Tuesdays, you have to ask questions if you want to learn. You have to, because we're going to go through underwritings. We're going to show properties. We're going to walk through them. We're going to, and the purpose of that is so that the investors that's there can ask questions. And if they like what they see, they could get in on it. They could say, hey, I want to be a part of that. Okay. So that's what the GOB is about. And this conference is going to be just about that. Because the 13th, that Tuesday, I'm coming in, and that Tuesday I'm holding an underwriting session, and I'm asking everyone to bring a deal, because before we leave, I want us to have a deal under contract. So Saturday, that's what our plan is. It's going to be after dinner. We're going to get together, all of us who's bringing a deal, underwrite them, or if you want to have it underwritten before you get there, that's fine. But we're planning on teaming up and taking properties down and submitting LOIs.
Yeah. So Jim Biggs, who's kind of founded the GOB Network, I want to encourage people, if you don't know about it, go online, join the GOB Network. There's over 1,000 people around the country. There's a Slack channel that's really active. The goal here is to grow this, to do deals, to mentor each other, to learn from each other, to grow with each other. If you're looking to put together a strategic team, a strategic alliance, the GOB Network is somewhere that you want to spend some time. Darryl, the conference is July 13th and 14th in Chicago. My guess is 500 to 600 people in a room. Going to be the largest live multifamily conference in Chicago this year, and it's only going to grow from there.
That's right.
So it's an organization to be involved with. If you haven't been to Chicago, come in early, stay late, stay through the weekend. Chicago is a great place to be this time of year. The lakefront, a lot of things to see, great restaurants, and I'm always open for a meal. If somebody wants to go out for a meal, just let me know. I know some great spots. But Darryl, I think you're talking about your underwriting class. That's going to be on Tuesday, the 12th, right? The night before the conference starts.
Correct. It's because some people are coming in the night before, that day before. Right? And that's what made me want to do this. I said, wait a minute. I said, if people are coming in the day before, let's get some properties underwritten.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you don't have to have experience, right? You don't need to have experience. Just bring the deal.
That's right.
Bring the deal. Bring your rent roll, T12, OM, if there's one. And bring whatever model you're using. And while we're all sitting there, let's get this done. We're gonna listen. You're gonna have a lender there. You're gonna have the insurance guy there. We're gonna have everything there. Yeah. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to submit an LOI before we leave.
Absolutely. And actually, Jim has a healthy goal for this event to do 40 deals in 2 days. So I always tell people, I say, look, if bring a deal and put a team together, because there's going to be, 20 speakers or more are going to share this stage over 2 days. So like you said, it's not one speaker, it's not one coach or trainer that's going to be teaching. There's going to be 20 people that have a lot more experience than Darryl, you and I, right?
That's right.
And I've owned a few multifamily units myself and managed a few myself. And I know that you've got a pretty healthy portfolio also. So it's going to be an exciting 2 days. I want to see people from Chicago there, as well as people who are not from Chicago be there. This event is going to be crazy, off the chains. Like I say, buckle up. And I stole that expression from my girlfriend. So, hey, Darryl, any last thoughts about, the conference?
Well, let me ask you this. Can I give away a free ticket?
You want to give a
this is what before I do that, um Jim and I had said let's give away a ticket. Whoever's birthday is the closest to July 13th, right? We would give away a free ticket, but they would have to register on my Facebook page where I have it posted, because that's where we're monitoring. So is that okay? I don't know if that's okay or not.
Yeah, no, that'll be great. And let me throw my hat in the ring. My birthday, September 12th. Everybody write that down right now. Don't forget. No, so I definitely won't qualify because somebody's going to be a lot closer to
Right.
July 13th than myself. So,
so I would just say, if anyone would like to take a shot at it and win a ticket, please run over to the Commercial Multifamily Masterminds page on Facebook, register, and you right up top it's going to say, you'll see if put your birthday in. You'll see the post right there. Put your birthday in, and it must be done by today before 5 o'clock Eastern time. That's when we go in. We're going to look at all the birthdays, the ones that's the closest. That one that's closest to it, you're going to get a free ticket to the conference.
So this video is going to be out on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube all day today. People will have a chance to go in and listen to it. Remember, everybody, Darryl's giving away a free ticket to the GOB Conference in Chicago, July 13th and 14th. Yep. Darryl, they have to go to, what's the name of that Facebook page again?
Commercial Multifamily Masterminds.
Okay,
that's the name of the page.
Commercial Multifamily Mastermind page on Facebook. Put your birthday, your name, your information there, and take a chance. If your birthday's closest to July 13th, and if it's on July 13th,
well, hey, that's a beautiful thing.
Well, we're just going to have a big party for you, so buckle up.
Serious.
Hey, Darryl, thanks for being here this morning. I appreciate you. How do people connect with you if they want to connect with you?
You could connect with me via my email, Darryl@murphybanergroup.com. That's scrolling across. Or look me up on LinkedIn, Darryl Murphy Sr. Yeah. And when you connect with me on LinkedIn, just put down that you saw me on Mike's program, because if you don't do that, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions.
Awesome. Hey, Darryl, I'm going to move you out. Hang out with me backstage for a minute, would you? I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and we'll connect in a minute.
Sounds good. All right,
Thanks
then.
for being here this morning, man.
Thank you for having me.
You're a powerhouse for sure.
Yep. And thank you for promoting the GOB Network.
Yeah, you bet, man. I love the mission. So, hey, everybody, that was my guest, Darryl Murphy Sr. Boy, been in multifamily 6 years, cycled out of 104 units already, another 210 under management, and currently actively working on a deal in Dayton. You know what? This business is an easy business, but it's difficult because people don't get started. And I say that anybody who gets started, who moves forward, who takes those action steps every day are going to succeed. And we all want to succeed. We all want to grow in the business. So I just encourage you to step forward. One step forward you can make is reach out to me, reach out to Darryl. We'll answer any questions for you. We'll mentor you, help you along the way. The other action item you could do is you could register for the GOB Network, come to the conference in July in Chicago. Get fired up, take action. We're going to try and put teams together to do 40 deals as a result of this event. Everybody, every resource, everything you're going to need to put a good team together will be at this conference. 20 speakers. Luke Wren is going to be the keynote at the event. And we're going to see other speakers like Brian Briscoe and Ian Jurek and Georgia Brew, and the list goes on and on and on. And anybody I forget, I'm sorry. But we will see you in July. We're here every Thursday morning for Thursday Morning Live. We're here on Saturday morning for Multifamily Unplugged. If you are someone from Chicago who's a business owner, an entrepreneur, a restaurant owner, I would love to have you on Thursday Morning Live here to exploit your business and see what you do and how you grew your business. Thanks for being here, everybody. Just reach out to me. Remember, be intentional about your day, be intentional about your actions, and continue to move forward. Take care, everybody. Have a